I've been walking for like 30 minutes. I went to a game store, got a NES cartridge and some Pokemon cards, and now I'm going to the Rays headquarters. On my way from game store to here, the train station I used for like one stop had an arcade. That was the first arcade I've been to in Japan. So I threw a few 100 yen coins and some claw machines, got scammed, but it was actually really fun. Spent like 30 minutes in there. I guess shoot me for not filming because I want to live in the moment. No, I'm just kidding, but I really don't know how full-time vloggers do this without being miserable sacks of shit. Most of the time I don't want to film, and when I do want to film, it's just for like personal memory. But there's a lot of situations, like the game store I walked in, I couldn't even stand up in because there was just shit hanging from the ceiling hitting my head. If you're like a full-time YouTuber, you gotta stop instead of like living in the moment, taking in your surroundings. Take the camera out the bag, set it up, ask permission if there's anyone in there. Fuck that shit, dude. I just want to experience where I'm at. This walk has been really, really cool. Like in East Osaka again, and I walked through like a industrial steelworks area. Now I'm going to the Rays headquarters. The SS. No idea what that is, but that thing's clean as hell. Rays, you say you're open, but you're actually closed to visitors, which is kind of a shame, honestly. And they probably get a lot of visitors. I would assume that's why they do that, but I know it's the headquarters. It's not a museum or showroom. It's kind of dumb. Like every other place in Japan would be open to visitors. You guys were not. It's a damn shame. Because I really like your wheels. Kind of put a sour taste in my mouth because I walked 30 minutes. I don't know why they would be closed to visitors. I mean, they have the right to do whatever they want. This is not anywhere where tourists would be going. Yeah, that's kind of a shock. I guess I got to see a car parked out front with Rays wheels on it, like a crusty Mazda, and some wheels in the front display. But damn, that was one of the things I actually did plan on doing here. Like I looked forward to. That kind of blows, not gonna lie. A little sour taste from the Rays experience, but I guess it's still cool to see the headquarters where legendary wheels were made. It's my last day here in Osaka by the Osaka Castle Park. I don't know if I'm actually going to go to the castle because I already saw a tour group of like 75 white people, and I was told by a guy who lived here that it's not that impressive, especially since I'm going to Himeji next. The castle's been completely rebuilt. I've seen it from the train. It looks pretty cool. I'm going to the Peace Museum right now because I'm a history enthusiast. And after that, it's a fucking lovely day. Perfect last day. The next week is supposed to be really nice. So, looking forward to it. Motorcycle man. Gonna enjoy this Peace Museum. And then I'm gonna go to like the far north side, or I guess west side of town. I sneakily found a car dealership that one of the importers I follow on Instagram posted cars from. So I'm gonna go to that car dealership and see if they'll allow me to walk around and see actual JDM cars in Japan. I'm curious what their prices are because I wonder how ripped off we're getting. I already know because I've checked the auctions. I know that they pay like nothing for S15s and R34s in Japan, and then they sell them to us for double. The margins aren't that great anymore. Just gonna kind of play it by ear. There's a national park pretty close to, I know it starts with an M. It's like Minot. That's near the car dealership I'm going to. but look at this sign. That might help. So I might go to National Park. I'm still pretty damn sore from that first hike I did 2 days ago. Center. It's supposed to be a really good museum, so let's check it out. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. That was a really intense experience. I wasn't expecting, I don't know what I was expecting, but man, that drew on my emotions a bit. Just never seen it from that perspective, you know. It's not really, I mean, we know how bad it was, but man, that was bad. It really just gives you perspective on how just fucked war is, you know, for the normal people living day to day. That was just, that was an intense experience for sure. Yeah, I've been to World War II museums before, but never in Japan. And just seeing some of the stuff, like the diaries from children and their brother going off to war, and man, it's just crazy. I mean, obviously, and I didn't even know we had fighters like in range of mainland. So seeing P-51 strafing people hiding in fields, women and children, I mean, that's just, we don't talk about that, you know. But obviously they don't talk about the things they were doing everywhere else, but we definitely don't talk about strafing farming fields, because, I mean, yeah, it's just all part of the war machine. You don't think about it, but they're trying to cut the food supply, you know, whatever the justification is. But shit, man, a breastfeeding mother and stuff like that. It's just intense, man, really intense. All the paintings are authentic. It's just... Bro, they done abandoned the boat, but I just waved at a WRX driver as soon as I got off the monorail station. I saw like 4 car dealerships, and I'm not even close to the car dealership I'm supposed to go to. There's one literally right here, but I waved at the WRX driver, and him and his girl looked so happy and waved back to me. I gave him the okay because it has some... It was nice. I'm not a Subi fan, but it was a nice car. But here's another dealership. I just saw 2 G-Wagons. They have 3 G-Wagons. Let's see, where am I supposed to be going? Man, G-Wagon City. The R33 GTR in the flesh. Just blocking people's way. Damn, bro. Well, I'm not gonna go all up in there because I don't want to go invading someone's space, but right off of that, they got the straight heat. 86, R34, R32, R34, so dusty. Got a lot more stuff. Civic Type R, Subis, R35s, old Type R, one we didn't get. Wow, man. Just amazing. One of my dream cars. I got permission from one of the workers. This is their other lot. They got GTRs for days. The Supra. I don't even know what that is, but that's fat. Oh, an S2000. Euro R. What is this? That is amazing looking. R32. Wow. Supra. Amazing. That thing caught my eye though. The red RX-7, that's just screams angry Dorito. Yeah, I just asked him if he spoke English, and he was like, and I just pointed at the cars, and he was like, yeah. So that's cool. They have a whole nother lot somewhere else, but I'm not gonna work too hard on them. This area is just like JDM, I don't even know, JDM Heaven. They got so much shit going on here. JDM cars. They didn't have any price tags on them, and I think they're pretty wise for doing that, because I think they know white people like me are gonna come to Japan and like expose the pricing that you would pay if you were a Japanese person. So I think they got accustomed to that, and they don't just display pricing because that's their lot. They don't want monkeys like me exposing how much they paid for stuff. Man, cool stuff. I love RX-7s and S2000s. I need to look up that Euro R, that Honda Euro R. That looks like a perfect daily driver, man. That lot I was just in was their tuning shop, and the guy I talked to was in a mechanic outfit because he talked like he couldn't be fucked to deal with me, and I feel that. was really delicious. It was really expensive, and I got the cheapest option there was. It was like 30 bucks, but I got 2 drinks. Feeling pretty good. Practiced a little Japanese. Got a recommendation from the guy, so I'm walking to the bar he recommended. Gonna try to get as drunk as possible here my last night in Osaka. The place I was recommended was more of like a sit down and eat. There wasn't like a stand bar. Everyone was separated in their own like booths, and you know, I could just drink in my room alone if I wanted to do that. So just gonna keep walking. I'm in Tenma, if I didn't say. I heard this is a good drinking area, so I'm gonna walk up and down Tenma. It's like almost 10 o'clock right now, so I gotta maybe 1 or 2 more bars in me before I gotta make it back to Nagagawa, and then I might find a bar or 2 there before I hit the hay. I'm leaving tomorrow morning, so I already know I'm gonna regret this tomorrow on my way to Himeji. I can't check in till 3 p.m. anyways tomorrow, and it's like only a 2-hour train ride, 1.5 hour train ride, so I'll be able to chill. I can just like get to the train station and chill the fuck out for a couple hours tomorrow, but I already know this is gonna cut to me tomorrow morning, regretting this extremely.
Station number A61. After leaving San Nomiya, we will be stopping at Otomachi. Station number A63. After leaving Kobe, we will be stopping at Hyogo. 1. After leaving Maiko, we will be stopping at Akashi.
We made it to Himeji. Just dropped my bags off at the hotel. Still got like 2 hours before check-in. I haven't ate shit today, so looking for some lunch. I saw the castle walking out of the station. It looked pretty sick, but I'm gonna go check it out tomorrow. Pretty good view coming out of Himeji Station. Just had to walk like fucking 2 miles to find a trash can for the waffle I got. If you ever been to Japan, you know the struggle of that shit. Still have a whole hour to kill before I can check in my hotel. But Himeji's pretty sick, honestly. It's like, it seems like it's not as updated, but it's still just as good as any other city I've been to. But it's a lot more rustic feel to it. Authentic. Well, first impressions are going good. There's a lot of tourists here, which is not really an issue, but every one of them is like an NBA player. I swear to God, even the Japanese, even the women. Like, I'm 6'4", and everyone I'm passing is taller than me. I feel like I'm a fucking pipsqueak, so I don't know what it is about Himeji, but it attracts some fucking NBA offspring. I have no idea what this big boundary is. I'm assuming it's the castle. That would probably make sense. I mean, the castle's that direction, but I think this is the boundary of the castle. Honestly, I have no idea. I think that big wall was just like the first perimeter, probably like the ancient perimeter. And now it's been built in here, but I see up ahead there's the actual like proper moat wall for the castle. Yeah, I'm gonna do some, I haven't really done much history studying, and I love history, so when I get back to my room I'll do a little Wikipediaing to see the actual history. I know it's the only castle that hasn't been rebuilt. I know that for a fact. Man, the cherry blossoms are just starting to try to bloom. I bet in a week, maybe 2, it's gonna be crazy. Hopefully, that's how long I have left here in Japan. Hopefully by the end of it, I'll get some sakura. Well, that's pretty sick. They got a little paddled guided tour around the moat. I bet there's another moat. It looks like the castle is still so far away, and since it hasn't been destroyed, they must have heavily defended this fucking thing.